My name is Emily Carter, and for most of my life, I felt like a stranger in my own family. I grew up in a wealthy family where my older brother Jason was always the one everyone believed in. My father would proudly tell people that Jason would carry the family name forward. But when someone asked about me, he would simply say that I was still trying to find my way. I spent years trying to make my father proud. I worked hard, studied, and gave everything I had. I learned every part of the family business because I wanted to prove that I belonged. But no matter what I achieved, it was never enough. When Jason made mistakes, my father called them lessons. But when I made even a small mistake, he treated it like proof that I was not capable. Then one day everything changed. My father called a family meeting. Everyone was there, including my mother, my brother, and the company lawyers. When I entered the room, I saw documents placed on the table. I already knew something was wrong. My father looked at me and said, "Emily, it's time you accept that this company was never meant for you." My brother smiled because he thought he had finally won. My father continued, "Jason will take over everything. You will receive nothing." The room went silent. For a moment, I felt that same old pain I had carried for years. The feeling of being invisible. But this time something inside me had changed. Instead of feeling broken, I smiled. Because they didn't know the truth. For the past 3 years, while everyone was busy ignoring me, I had been building something of my own. After leaving the company, I started a small technology project from my apartment. Nobody believed in me. Nobody supported me. But I kept working. Days became months. Months became years. And that small project turned into one of the fastest growing companies in the country. I never told my family because I wanted to know one thing. Did they truly care about me? Or did they only care about what I could give them? A few weeks after my father removed me from the company, a business magazine published my story. The headline said, "Emily Carter, the young entrepreneur changing the future of technology." My phone started ringing again and again. My father called. Then my brother called. But this time I didn't rush to answer. A few days later, my father asked to meet me. When I saw him, he looked different. He was no longer the powerful businessman everyone feared. He was just a father who finally realized what he had lost. He looked at me and said, "Emily, I was wrong." I looked at him and asked, "Was I wrong because I failed? Or were you wrong because you never saw me?" For the first time in my life, I saw regret in his eyes. My brother also admitted the truth. He said, "I always thought being chosen made me better than you. But now I realize it only made me afraid." Years later, I understood something important. Sometimes the people who underestimate you become the reason you discover your own strength. I didn't need their approval anymore. I finally learned that your value is not decided by the people who fail to see it. Your value is decided by the person you become.